So now that we've done all the fitting and set the hearing aids up for you to go home with, I want to go over all the information that you need to know before you walk out the door. Everything I'm going to tell you and much, much more is written down for you in the instruction manual. So if you get home and you think, oh, I forgot to ask Alicia about, or what did she mean when she said this, or I just forgot, it's all going to be written down in here for you. I'm going to make sure you have my version of the Cliff Notes to get you through what I think is important. And there's phone numbers and websites everywhere, and you're going to be able to see this video online as well. So I'm going to start making you a little goodie bag. This is the hearing aid itself. There's two main parts to it. You've got the part that we custom made to go in your ear, and then you've got the part that goes behind the ear. They are connected through this thin, soft, flexible tube, and that tubing is going to be changed periodically when you come in to see me. And I tell you that because if it ever falls apart, which it shouldn't, you saw how hard it was for me to put on, but if it ever comes apart, it's no big deal, just push it back together. That tube is going to funnel sound into your ear canal, and we're going to talk about that when it comes to cleaning in just a few minutes. And then it's going to take all the sound that comes from the microphone and put it down into your ear canal. So a couple things I want to show you before we dive into the battery side. Again, the part that goes in your ear is essentially your speaker because that's where all the sound is coming out. Up top, you've got two parts for the microphones. So if you have really good eyesight and you look, you can see a little opening here and one here, and that's your first microphone, and that's going to sit up on top of your ear. And then you've got your second microphone that sits behind, and that's actually going to be back behind your ear. And there's this little push button in between, and we'll go through that in just a second. Good so far? All right. So you can see here's your charger for the rechargeable batteries. When it's plugged in, there's a little green light located somewhere to tell you that it's actually turned on and the power is working. So you can leave this plugged in. It won't overcharge. You can leave it plugged into the wall, or if you need to, you can plug it into a computer or anything else. It's just a USB-C port on one side and a USB on the other side, and I have it connected to the wall. The hearing aids themselves, when you're not using them, you can put them in your charger, and it's really important to do at night. So it's really simple. When you put it in the device, you're going to put it in, and you're going to feel a little snap when it goes in there. It's labeled red for the right ear, blue for the left ear, red, blue. And again, you just put the device in. You'll see that the lights start to flash when you put them in, and you can close the lid so that it charges overnight. When you're done in the morning and ready to put them on, all you have to do is take it out. The hearing aid will turn itself on, and then you can put it on your ear, which we'll practice in just a minute. Good? All right. So the nice thing about the battery charger is that it also works as a dehumidifier. So when you put your hearing aids in there at night, it's going to help dry out any perspiration, sweat, humidity, oil, whatever might have gotten on your hearing aid from you wearing it. So it's nice if you're able to close the lid on it because then it can dry out a little bit more, but if you need to leave the lid open, that's okay too. Good? All right. So I want to talk about cleaning next. In your goodie bag, I put all the little tools and cloths and everything that they give you to clean them, which are great. Sometimes they're just hard to hold on to and take a lot of time to actually do. I'm a firm believer in a toothbrush. So I brought you your own toothbrush just for your hearing aids themselves. And there's two important parts to clean. And again, I mentioned the part that goes in your ear is your speaker. So if that gets blocked, sound isn't going to be able to go into your ear. So really easy, just take it and brush the part that goes into your ear canal. On the back of the hearing aid, we talked about where the two microphones are. And again, you want to make sure that those are clean because they're going to pick up dirt, hair, oil, dust particles, whatever it might be in the air. So if the microphones are dirty, then the sound going in isn't going to sound very good. So again, we're just going to take it and we're going to brush it. Our toothbrush is soft and it's dry, so we don't have to worry about anything getting wet or harmed. So we're just going to brush it very quickly each morning in both hearing aids. So the reason why we do it in the morning is when you take it out of the charger, it's been drying all night, and so anything that's there will just flake off very easily. But again, you want to do it every morning before you put them on. and just a couple seconds on both hearing aids. Good? All right. So, as I just alluded to, the hearing aids can't get wet. No showers, no bath, no jumping in the pool with your hearing aids on. If you're going outside and it's raining and you're going from the car to the house or from the car into a building, you're going to be just fine because there's a water resistance coating on them. But if you're going to go jump in the mud puddles with your kids or you're going to go swimming, you do want to take them out. So if you take them out, you can always put them in your charger if they're not in use, or there's an extra box in your bag for you, so you can always take them out and put them in that case. The last thing you want to do is put them in your pocket, wrap them in a Kleenex, because what happens with Kleenexes, we throw them away and then your hearing aid gets thrown away, so we don't want to do that. Good? All right. So, a couple things that I want to go through before we put them on and take them off, and this is kind of the cliff notes of everything I've just told you. Every day in the morning, we're going to use that soft dry toothbrush and brush off the hearing aid. If you can't remember where to brush, give the whole thing a very quick once over. Every night, you're going to put your hearing aid into the charger and you're going to let it charge all night long while you're sleeping. It won't overcharge, so if you sleep 8 hours but your hearing aid only needs to charge 3, don't worry about it. When you get up in the morning, it'll be ready to go. You don't get to wait 6 months to see me. We're going to check on everything in just a week or so. But if you have any issues or concerns, I do want to hear from you. And presuming everything's going well, we will check on the hearing aids periodically, partially because this tubing's going to need to be changed, and partially because we want to make sure you're still doing well. A couple reminders: keep everything away from kids and pets. They smell like you, they're small, they want to put them in the mouth, whether it's a toddler or a dog, so keep everything as safe as you can. And that's why we give you the couple cases to make sure that you've got a storage container. Again, can't get your hearing aids wet. No shower, no bath, no jumping in the pool with them. Because you have rechargeable batteries, you don't have a lot of extra things to go with your devices, but if you ever feel like you need something, you can't find it online, you can't find it at the grocery store, we often keep things in stock that we can always get for you if you need that, and that's why we have our phone number and our website at the bottom. I will also make sure that I put my card in the bag for you. You're always welcome to email me as well. Good? All right. Next thing is showing right and left. So I alluded in your charger, we talked about how there's red for right, blue for left. The same is true with the hearing aids themselves. So there's a red mark on that right side, there's a blue mark on your left hearing aid. You don't necessarily have to put them right and left, but it's kind of nice to keep them that way. You're going to get really good at putting these on and knowing, oh, this is my right ear, this is my left ear, just from looking at them. But if you're not sure, just look for the red mark, RR, red right. The left ear's blue. I don't know how to remember that, but thankfully we only have 2 ears. So I'm going to let you put them on and take them off a couple times, and we'll do each side a few times so that you feel comfortable. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Most people take the part that goes behind the ear and they loop it over their ear first, just like your glasses are. And once it's looped there, it kind of dangles in place, so you can actually let go to make sure it's over the ear correctly. And then the part that goes in the ear, you're just going to take and push in your ear. I want you to try it first without the mirror, and then I'll pull the mirror out in case you feel like you want to try it. But again, we're going to do a couple times on the right, then we'll do a couple times on the left. Any questions so far? All right, so last thing I want to go over is the hearing aids themselves have this little button in the back that I told you about. And that's going to let you change the different programs that we've set up based on your needs for listening. So every time you take it out of the charger or you turn the hearing aid on, again, take it out of the charger, it's going to turn on to the automatic program. And what that's going to do is it's going to adjust for the sound, it's going to figure out where somebody's talking, where the background noise is, and it's going to make all of those adjustments for you. So the whole goal is you can put it on and you don't have to deal with it again. If you feel like you get into a noisy place, like a restaurant work meetings, a social gathering, and the background noise is just a little too loud, you can actually take this button and you can push it very quickly one time, and that's going to change to a program to reduce background noise. And so I always tell people it's what you see is what you hear. So it's going to focus on things in front of you. It's going to tune out a lot of the sound to the side and behind. It won't eliminate it. And then it's going to help focus on speech. So it's going to hone in on exactly what you see. So if you want to hear somebody when you go to a restaurant, put that person in front of you. If you don't want to hear someone, put that person behind you. Good? And it's a nice toggle switch. So it doesn't matter if you hit the up part or the down part, because there's two little beeps here. When you push it, it's going to change. If you push it again, it'll go back to the other one. So it's just going to toggle back and forth between the automatic program and the program for background noise. Any questions on that? Great. So I'll have you try it. You've got your left side on. Go ahead and reach up, push that little button. You should hear one beep. That's for the background noise. If you reach up and push it again, and then you hear the little doot, 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 doot. That's your jingle to tell you you're in the automatic program. So again, it'll just go back and forth between 1 and 2. The nice thing with the current hearing aids is that if you press it on one side, it will automatically change the other side. So you don't have to be doing both sides. Pick your right hand, pick your left hand, go back and forth. It doesn't matter. As long as you hit one, it'll change it on both sides. Good so far? All right. Any questions that I can answer right now related to the hearing aids?
Nope.
Good. So we'll get you set up to come back in about a week. I'll call and check on you in the meantime, and I'll make sure your goodie bag has your charger, your information, and your appointment card for when you come back. And I look forward to it.